connected. If anyone is in the chat, let me know. I'm having to do this from my phone because I do not have my laptop. And I hate that I have to hold it sideways. Hey, Joel. Hey, can you tell me what happens when I turn my phone right side up? I'm gonna try it. No, it doesn't work. Hey, Ben. Hey, Raymond. Hey, everyone. So, I don't have my computer, so I wanted to just come on briefly, say hi to everyone I haven't been on. So I decided to come on my phone. So here I am. Hey, Raymond. How are you guys? I can't really see that good with my glasses on. I'm outside. How are things on your side? I hear they're escalating, getting worse. Things are crazier and crazier by the day. I don't know. I wanted to speak a little bit today, guys, about, and I say this all the time, it's probably like a broken record, but so sick and tired of turning on the mainstream media or anything we read, and white people and conservatives are always portrayed as the evil people, as the perpetrators of violence and just atrocities against other people. And that is in fact a lie. And the statistics in every country show the truth. Even the government statistics, we are not, there are instances of attacks and things, but we're not attacking, people of color or blacks in mass. And to say that is just ridiculous. And the fact that people believe it is even more ridiculous to me. And now we've gotten to a point in America where if a black person is a conservative, they're also a white supremacist. I think last year, Ben Shapiro was the #1 most hated Nazi white supremacist in America, according to the Southern Poverty Law Center. Well, that's funny because he wears a yarmulke, so we know he's not a Nazi. These people, I swear, it's like they just make up the most off-the-wall, ridiculous shit they can think of. And the more educated people are, the more they believe it. The more stupid they become. It's insanity. Hey, Kelbell, if we're so racist, why are we becoming a minority? Exactly. No, they don't. But whites are not allowed to have anything, not even our own homelands or our pride in our ancestry. They don't want to be equal. They want to dominate us. And it's not quite as bad here because there's the different dynamic of that tribal aspect in South Africa. But you see it there too. They just want to steal their souls, just dehumanize, degrade. They have this great need to make themselves feel more important than or better. And that in and of itself says everything. Hey, Alex. Yeah, they want our homes now. They want reparations. I think they should be paying reparations to the Irish. And really, they should be kneeling, thanking me for my ancestors building and bringing everything that the civilized world uses today. And if they're not willing to do that, they need to quit using it. Cowbell, I believe that's true. And you know, one thing I try to do is, anytime I have the chance, I try to speak to young girls, you know, of my ancestry, not girls like my daughter's age. She's 9, today's her birthday, guys. But, you know, teenagers where they're at that age where they're vulnerable to make decisions that they are going to regret later. You know, I know people that have made decisions like that, and they absolutely regretted it later. But there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to, you know, take care of your business. So when I get the chance, I often try to speak to the young girls of my ancestry to tell them that everything they're being told is a lie, and setting them up for failure. You know, a huge issue in America especially is the violence in the relationships when you have a white woman and a black man. It's off the charts. I don't know the exact number, but I mean, they're exponentially more likely to be murdered and assaulted than otherwise, you know? To me, it's a dangerous decision. Right. So the black community, they have conversations with their kids at home. How else would their kids have the mindset to attack little white girls on a bus in a mob and break the bones in her face because they hate her, if they weren't hearing something at home? We need to tell our kids about being white. Yeah, teach them about Haiti, Zimbabwe, South Africa. I teach mine. My daughter is very aware of everything going on in South Africa, sometimes to my horror, but she cares. She wants to know, and she's nosy. Hey, Jackie. And I briefly wanted to say, guys, you know, I wish more people would do this. What I'm saying is take an interest in the young people, and even if they're not your kids. You know, I grew up, I didn't have the greatest life. I didn't have the greatest childhood. And I didn't have someone there constantly telling me, don't do this, never do that. No one had to ever tell me. It was just ingrained in my DNA very perfectly to want to see my people survive and thrive and want to produce other people who looked like me. And I think that's a very natural instinct, and there's nothing wrong with that. But some kids don't have that guidance, you know. I'm not saying preach hate to anyone, but let them know that they're beautiful. They have everything to be proud of. They owe no one anything, and they have the right to believe what they want. There's gonna be nowhere to go, Elaine. Hey, Rooster. You know, it made me really sad the other day. I spoke to someone by chat or something from South Africa. They moved to America. They live in Portland. Portland is Antifa, where Antifa headquarters are. And they told me it's really scary. So for a white South African, to move to America and live in a city where they're telling me that it's scary, that is horrifying, and it's unacceptable. Hey, Faith. No, it's okay. Thank you. I'll tell her. You do have BLM, Boer Lives Matter. I like that, Ben. But a couple of things I wanted to say, guys, was, you know, and I've gotten some of this from all over, you know. Some from Jason Cohn from No White Guilt. I won't say the other places, but a lot of places. And there's a lot of things that have happened to me, and I don't want to speak about it. I don't want to talk about it exactly, because I feel that if I do, people will focus on the wrong thing, and they need to focus on getting back on the right track, keeping the pact that they made with God at the Battle of Blood River, educating the youth about this, because that's the way forward for the white South African people. But I have had like some amazing things happen to me that I couldn't really explain, and I had a very insightful, intelligent, kind lady be kind enough to work all this out for me and explain it to me. And I thank her. She knows who she is. Hey, Derek. Because they're too stupid. They don't even know who the Slavs are, Alex. I mean, if you ask the average American why Nelson Mandela was in prison, they will tell you because he's black. If you ask the average person in the UK what they know about Boer farmers, they will tell you that they owned human beings. I mean, it's complete nonsense. So, I wrote some of this down. So, you know, I feel that looking at the world today, everything looks so dark. And especially in South Africa, it's like an evil almost. It's so thick, you can cut it with a knife. And I can see it from here. And it just seems to be getting worse all over the world. In South Africa, it's so thick, like I said, that you can almost cut it with a knife. And it's quickly spreading throughout the world. Christians, conservatives, and whites are under attack from all sides. The mainstream media lies and spreads propaganda to make us seem like the evil perpetrators. The schools are brainwashing and indoctrinating our children with evil from a very early age. This attack has been ongoing for many years. The mainstream media, teachers, and liberals have attacked our femininity as women. They've tried to convince us as conservative women, that we are exactly the same as men and that we don't need men. We're not exactly the same. And if we wish to procreate and have families, then we do need men. We're inherently different for inherently different reasons. Since the beginning of time, men had masculinity to keep their families alive, their women and children, and to keep other people from stealing their food and murdering their families. Okay, so I'm very thankful for that. So I said, we're all inherently different for inherently different reasons, especially men and women. These differences are perfectly ingrained in our DNA from before we are ever born. We as women must reject the liberal ideals and embrace our conservative morals and values. As mothers, wives, and shape our children's minds, we must prepare them to fight against the lies and everything that we are fighting today. If we prepare them, they will not be so easily able to poison their minds against everything that we stand for, as people with conservative or Christian values. And it's not only Christians that have good values, nor is pagans also, it's a different religion, but it's the same value system. They live by a code and a value system. And, this is necessary in any society because it's the difference between wanting to be a good person and not having anything to look to, and as women, guys, sorry, I'm reading the comments. Yeah, many of us have grown so much apart that the gaps that we're going to have to bridge are going to be very awkward. Yeah, they are. But our ancestors built the entire world, Alex, as we know it. Our ancestors created everything that we use today. Literally miracles in the minds of people who came before them. If our people can accomplish things like that, we can come together and bridge any gap. And I believe that. We have to start by rejecting liberal ideals and what they have set as the norm. We know that's not the norm, especially women. And we can't use their words. Racist is their word. They created that word to discredit us, to tell us to shut up, to tell us that what we say doesn't matter, that our children don't matter, and that our lives don't matter. So we need to stop using their words and stop going along with their ideals, I personally like to work. I'm not saying women stay at home and never work. What I'm saying is we need to raise our own children, because if we don't shape their minds, someone else is going to. And that's part of the problem in the world today, is that people that do not have conservative values are shaping the minds of the next generation. I say this all the time. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm on my phone, guys. people of European descent must unite. I agree. So this woman that I spoke about earlier, guys, who helped me to understand some things that have been going on, that I've been seeing or feeling, she told me the story of Deborah in the Bible. And I didn't really know this story, but she said it in a way as, she saw this being the way for South Africa, that there would be a first victory, but it wouldn't be a final victory. And that even though Deborah seems like the hero in the story of the Bible, she's actually not, because she took on the man's role. Not saying that she didn't do what was necessary in the time that needed to be done, but that the true heroes were the women that came after her, who raised up the next generation of Gideonites, right? And this made perfect sense to me, that they were the unspoken heroes, because they stepped into that role that's sometimes hard for us as women to just be women today, because we have to be so many things. But they stepped into that role, and they raised their children to change the next generation. And I think that we have a chance to do that, guys. Why do women want to be men? I don't know. I want to be a woman. I quite enjoy being a woman. I've never seen a man have any kind of preference or anything over me. Quite the opposite, if you want the truth. And I believe these hairy armpit liberal marching in the streets naked for rights that we already have, they do not want equality. They are man haters. They want men to be beneath them. And I'll tell you, I'm not an easy woman to lead. There are people that can vouch for that. But if it is a man worthy of me following, I will follow his lead. I'm not going to follow just any dumbass out there who doesn't know anything. But if he is a man capable of leading me, I will follow. You're right. No one's ever asked men what it's like to be a dad working. I don't know. I mean, typically, guys, where I come from, the men come home and supper is ready on the table, hot, no matter whether we work or not. It's just how I was raised. It's how my family are. Men don't do laundry. They don't do any of those things. So I have a little, that's my only grievance with that, is if he gets to come home, if I work too, and he gets to come home and just do whatever, but I still have all this stuff to do, and I'm not complaining, because it's just what I do. But, I kind of have a double job. Please don't believe anything he says, Grim. I didn't want to speak anything about this, and I'm not going to speak on it for very long, but there is so much that's just really disturbing. And, I don't want to say it, but it's not right to give people false hope and to lead them in the wrong direction, or to incite fear and chaos where there's already plenty of, It's okay if you don't know something to say, I don't know. I'll find out. You don't have to make up some grand story because you want attention. I really hate that. And there are some other things I hate, but I'm not going to speak about them on camera. I'm going to handle it a different way. Please don't believe that. It makes me sad because there are a lot of people that do. And I understand why they do, because I believed it too. But it's all a lie. None of it is true. It's all based on a lie. And I don't know. Some people, all they want is attention. They want attention no matter what it costs other people. They want fame, they want a show, they want attention, even if they ride on the backs of people whose children are being slaughtered. They do not care. You know, I'm not asking anyone to see it my way, take a side. I'm just telling people that I am not the kind of person who dislikes someone for no reason. And if I say it, you can take the check to the bank and cash it, because I'm not a liar either. And if I say it, you can bet that I have proof to back it up. And I just wish people would open their eyes and just pay attention a little bit more, because they would see it too. I have no white guilt either. The white guilt I feel is for the children in South Africa who their parents don't sleep at night, because I don't even lock my doors. That's the only guilt I feel. Hi, Sonia. I try to ignore them. Hey, Paul, from Australia. No, thank you, ever necessary. Grim, it's because the people, they need hope. They need something to hold on to. And when someone comes along and they say, I'm ex-special forces military, even though they were not, and they're lying, and I have this, and I have that, and I have this many people on the ground, even though they don't, and they're lying, that is something for people to hold on to. You know, I don't hold it against people that they need to have hope in something. I don't. I hold it against that person that they are using those people. That's right, Sonia. Nothing is that bad. No white guilt. Speaking of no white guilt, I was in the chat the other day of their live stream. Who did he have on? I don't remember. I just forgot what I was going to say. I plan on having some people come on my channel, but I don't know, guys. I've just been going through some things, and I like making videos like when I feel like I have something to say, not just the same just shit over and over again, just to be making a video. Yeah, we must support each other. I agree with you, Grim, 100%, but what else can we do? I have put the truth out in black and white, an entire file of it, in his own words. I have, there's nothing more I can do. If people don't want to see the truth, I can't make them see it. I can show it to them, can show them the proof, but if they won't take it in, they just won't. And some people are like sick cult followers. It's like they can't, they're blind. But I'm just going to leave it at that. It is nice to see people coming together. I wish more people would come together. I will pray for your family. I'm sorry. Hey, Cobus, how are you? So, guys, that makes me really upset. Someone just left the chat because they're distraught, you know, and I'm guessing over the whole situation. You know, I there are a lot of days that I'm like that. I sometimes feel like I can feel physically the pain, the despair, and the hopelessness of the mothers there. It's very odd. I mean, like, I feel it, like my heart is in pain. And that makes me sad. Listen, Grim, you email me it and I will explain something to you. Why I have taken attacks for all this time. One of the reasons. Well, actually, I'll just go ahead and say it on video. My number one priority is protecting people's lives and their anonymity if they confide in me. Mom? Wait a minute, baby. Stay right there. Why do you have lipstick on your face? No, stay right there. And
go!
Stop it. Just shh. Sorry, guys. But one thing that I refused to do when I walked away from you know who and what they were doing is the witness statements that came into the website. No, the website was technically not mine, but when the witness statements were coming in, no one else thought about these being on an email, you know, and I said, no, these have to be erased. These have to be removed from here. They can't be left here. So I erased them every single day and took them and put them on a removable drive. Well, when I chose to walk away, all of my information was given to EFF associates, ANC paid agitators. So why would I ever give the same people who did that these witness statements with people's names? I still have them to this day. And they threatened to sue me. They threatened to file charges on me. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn who said a judge or the president. I don't care. I would burn them first before I gave them to someone that I do not believe would keep the anonymity of the people safe. So I will not hold it against you. And I mean, that's just that. You can remain anonymous. It doesn't bother me at all. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to come on quickly and say hi and speak to you. But my children have escaped. No, he's absolutely not, and I can prove it. I'll prove it to you. If you email me, I'll prove it to you in his own words. Conservative Texas Woman at Gmail. Hey, saw for myself. was not in the military. He manipulates the word contractor to make people think that he was a military contractor. He was, in fact, a contractor for Halliburton. That does not have anything to do with the military. He was responsible for, maintenance things on base and electrical work on base. He never held a rifle in the U.S. military. He was never, ever, ever a part of the U.S. military. Never. Not as a contractor, not as anything. And that's a fact. And whoever doesn't like it, I don't know what to tell you, but you're believing someone who's doing the most disgusting thing a human being can do. And we call it stolen valor. I think I've heard it referred to in South Africa as is it crumb stealers or something like that? Someone said something one time and I found it really funny. Jam stealers.
Mom?
No, I'll prove it to you. If you email me, guys, I'll show it to you. I'll show you exactly what he was. I'll show you in his own words. Anyways, I must go. God bless you all. No, he was never in the military. And like I said, I can prove it. I mean, I can 100% prove it. It's sad. It's sad because when someone, everything they're doing is based on that, and it's a lie, that is wrong. That is so wrong. And they're getting money. And that is the basis of everything, is people believe that. And it's not true. It's a complete lie. It was told to me too. Anyway, I'm done with it, guys. But if you want to know, email me, and I'll give you the truth. But I will speak to you guys later. Thank you so much for coming in. I really have missed all of you. And I'll speak to you again really soon. Okay. Bye, guys.